Dave Wolf, Bret Witkowski on 94.9 WSJM. Dickinson Stadium, St. Joe wins 39-20 over Kalamazoo Central. And first and foremost, finally a Bears victory at home. Finally they get a bit of, good feelings after the Week 1 loss to Niles.
Yeah, Week 1 was as ugly as they ever come. You don't want to repeat that over and over. But I thought, coming into the ballgame, St. Joe could not give up the big play, which they didn't. Right at the end they did, but that was irrelevant. And they had to handle adversity. And St. Joe had 3 fumbles that they lost in the first half. And St. Joe's defense answered the call each time. And, I think you do those things, you have a good ball game. Plus, they needed a good first quarter.
Yes.
And St. Joe had a very good first quarter. Up only 6-0. That was the negative. They could have been a lot more except for the turnovers. But a step in the right direction. They didn't win it by accident. It wasn't given to them. They had to earn it, despite turning the ball over as much as they did.
And you just mentioned the turnovers. 5 turnovers for St. Joe tonight. Conversely, Kalamazoo Central had 3. One of them was a pick 6, which really helped. I think it kind of boosted St. Joe in that second quarter a little bit.
Yeah, nice play there by Lang. Did a great job. Actually, he read the ball better than the K Central receiver. And, St. Joe did a good job. I thought Kesterke played well on the defensive side. Lane, I thought Williams, 99, played well through the middle. And then I thought St. Joe did a nice job. Since Bradley's been here, it's been kind of a running back by committee. They don't just have the one back. It's multiple backs. And you saw that again here tonight. And you saw both Lane and Crossman at the quarterback position. And I thought both improved their play immensely. I thought both improved their passing immensely from Week 1. I think that's that jump from JVs to varsity and realizing what it takes to be a successful varsity squad. And I think they probably had some tough practices the last 2 weeks too.
One thing that I noticed early in the third quarter, Kalamazoo Central still hadn't gained 100 yards yet of total offense. St. Joe was outgaining was almost a 3-1 margin, like 300 to 100 yards. Ended up being just under 400 yards of total offense for St. Joe. Kalamazoo Central finished with just over 200 yards, but that was basically just at the end in garbage time. So really a 2-to-1 ratio for St. Joe in terms of offense and then defense for what Kalamazoo Central gained. So pretty solid effort by the St. Joe defense. A lot better than what they did 2 weeks ago against Niles. And the thing that we stressed beforehand and after the game 2 weeks ago is St. Joe got in the backfield. Mm-hmm. They disrupted. They got a number of sacks, a number of tackles for losses, and things. When you were able to do that, get in the backfield and disrupt things work well, and St. Joe did that tonight.
Yeah, they did that, and plus the edges kept contained. Against Niles, they were getting out all over.
Yeah, Kalamazoo Central, they were running the outside a lot.
And St. Joe was able to keep that containment. I think football and sports are a lot like life. Finding a lane that you're good at and staying. And it's like soccer. It's the best way to describe it. You don't have a forward playing defense in the back. They know their area, right?
Yeah.
That's the same thing. Even though on football your job is to tackle and bring guys down, you have to play your assignments. You have to play your reads. You have to understand your reads. It's a lot more complicated than people realize. Then I think the other side of that, too, I thought St. Joe's offensive line played a lot better.
Yes.
That fourth quarter, there were some good drives going on. And Halstead and Crossman were making some good runs. The line, if it was an 8-yard gain, there was 2 linemen at 8 yards down the field.
Yeah.
They were pushing. They were surging. And that was a big improvement. The one thing you're going to work on is, listen, three missed extra points will cost you in a tight ball game.
Yeah, I don't want to name names, but you expect better because, the lineage in there. And that's,
I think he was injured going out that last
yeah.
one. He was limping. It was smart not to have him go out there. When you're hurt, you don't want to admit you're hurt.
Yeah.
And so that was more of, I think, an injury thing. But just overall,
it's where coaches have to step in.
It's a fine line. Yeah. You play through when you're hurt, but you don't play when
you can play hurt. You don't play injured.
Yeah, and it's a fine line. So hopefully, because he limped off even he kicked off the second time, he was like Claire was having a real hard time. So, but St. Joe missed 2 extra points, 3 extra points, missed a 2-point conversion, 2 of them. So those are just it's the details now. It's finishing up, but it's still a huge improvement. Much better than 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they fixed what they needed to fix. Now they just need to fine tune what they have to fine-tuned. I mean, like the extra points, point after, and I think holding on to the football for one.
Yeah. But I mean, you look at the roster. I mean, Lane is a senior, but most of these guys are juniors. You got 2 freshman tight ends out there.
Yeah.
This is a young team, and so the nice thing is, there's no banner or championship held for what you do in August. It's part of the thing, but the main part is what are you doing as the season progresses. A lot of times in high school football, they talk about progress. The teams improve the most between weeks 1 and 2.
For St. Joe, it's like week 3. But
yeah, in essence, 2 playing wise. One thing is Coach Pratley will not be on coach's show. He's going to go watch his son play football in Ohio at noon. So we got Coach Graziano. Just curious how many guys they moved around different spots, because there seemed like we were naming off different guys in week 1 in different spots and making tackles and things like that. And it still looks like they're committed to 22 guys starting in open platoon.
St. Joe coming out with a 39-20 win over Kalamazoo Central. It's the school record 13th consecutive win against Kalamazoo Central.
Really? Wow.
They've had one previous streak of 12 wins. Now this is the longest streak in St. Joe football history against Kalamazoo Central. 13 wins in a row. The last Kalamazoo Central win was in 2004 in Kalamazoo Central.
You're still in high school.
I still am in high school. In fact, I'm in my high school. Dickinson Stadium is my second home.
It is.
But St. Joe on the road next week at Battle Creek Lakeview, another team that's struggling. They fell tonight.
Yeah. 0-3.
So Battle Creek Lakeview 0-3. They have a new head coach. So something that Andrew Pratley not quite familiar with. So long look at the tape. They're going to be looking to fix things. St. Joe has some things they fixed. Still some more things they have to fix, and they're going to have to do it on the road next week.
And when you're playing a team that's 0-3 at home, a good start really takes care of business. You don't want to leave.
Take them out of the game early.
Yeah, you don't want to leave a team like that to hang around. They start building confidence in the coaching staff. But, last year they were predicted to win the conference and really did not have a good season.
Yeah, and Lakeview just kind of faltered off there and just get it out.
So now they're trying to rebuild once again. I think they got turf put in out there.
Yeah, they actually had turf installed last year because the game, they had a couple of games that were scheduled for home that they redid for on the road. So they kind of swapped with the schools that they're just so they could play the games. But they only had 2 home games last year.
Okay.
One of them was the Lakeshore game against Valencia last year, where Korfmacher broke his leg.
Right.
But this year, St. Joe goes to Battle Creek Lakeview, a brand new turf service there, a brand new bright scoreboard that, if you saw the one at Lakeshore, Battle Creek Lakeview's got one almost exactly, just a little bigger. They got a couple more flashing lights, and don't ask me why I know that, but I just do. But
are they going to put us on the other side like they usually do, lock the door, with the windows closed?
I don't think they have another sign like that.
They got rid of that.
So that's Harper Creek.
Oh, was it? I thought
That was Harper Creek. Okay. Yeah, you're in the little stand.
I don't miss Harper Creek.
Harper Creek was nice. They had the air-conditioned press box.
Not where we sat. We were in the other one with the glass that wasn't open and it was 94 degrees. That's okay. I need to lose weight anyways.
It's like, well, since I knew the sports information.
Well, that's you. You know everybody.
I know everybody.
So you got connections.
Okay.
We'll walk in with you next time.
It's going to wrap it up for us. Bret Witkowski, Joe Cordes, wrapping up things on there. I'm Dave Wolf, WSJ Sports. Final from Dickinson Stadium. St. Joe improves to 2-1 on the season, 1-0 in the SMAC with a 39-20 win over Kalamazoo Central. Dave Wolf, WSJM Sports.